major escalations to Iran's revolutionary uprising over the last couple of days. Demonstrations have hit over 340 spots across now all 31 provinces. The protests have exploded in scale, intensity, and spread out geographically, turning what was already super serious unrest into the most widespread challenge to the regime in years. Hey, it's all about the economy. Currency collapse, general economic pain, that is always what pushes these things forward. And it's all hit a tipping point. So marches now have filled the streets, buildings and vehicles have been burned, and people are chanting death to Khomeini openly. I even saw a photo of women with their hair down, totally uncovered hair, lighting cigarettes with photos of the supreme leader. The exiled crown prince called for a coordinated chants at 8 p.m. because he wanted to see if people were going to back him or not. This was on January 8th. It drew massive turnouts. Obviously, it came with huge risks, and people still did it. The regime has responded, as you would expect, a nationwide internet and phone blackout that kicked off on Thursday evening. And as far as I know, is still continuing now. People are trying to smuggle in X-Link. Wow. Starlink, thank you. They're trying to smuggle those in so that people can use Starlink to get the footage. Security forces have reportedly ramped up, and the use of lethal force. Thursday ended up being the bloodiest day so far. And reports confirm that live ammo is being used and raids are being conducted on hospitals that are treating wounded protesters. Rights groups like HRANA and Iran Human Rights and others have put the death toll somewhere around 42 to 45 people. There have also been more than 2,000 arrests. And on Friday, the supreme leader broke his silence, slamming protesters as vandals and rioters backed by foreign enemies. He specifically called out Trump by name, vowing that they will not retreat and warning Trump that he's going to be overthrown just like other arrogant leaders. The judiciary chief promised decisive maximum punishment without leniency for the people protesting. But despite all of that, the protests continue to persist. If you zoom out to the bigger picture, what's happening in Iran right now is happening at a crazy time, given the potential implications to America's fight to keep the petrodollar firmly in place. Iran falling right now is a big deal because they're obviously a top oil producer and they've continued to supply China despite U.S. sanctions. So if the regime were to fall now through a legitimate uprising and not the U.S. coming in and fucking around, or even just gets significantly weakened, oil flows could slow or even halt in the short term. It would force buyers to lean harder on the U.S. and U.S.-friendly suppliers, which obviously is good for us, like Saudi Arabia. And this would bolster the petrodollar and put some wind into the U.S. sales at a time where we risk overextending ourselves.